It's 12 o'clock. Welcome to Taking Stock. It is a big day. It is the 22nd of November, 2023. That in itself is not particularly special, but I'm not, in fact, I'm going to keep this show quite short. And I cut it short. I don't want to step on Jeremy's toes and their toes in shiny shoes today as he's standing up and giving his autumn statement, which he says has 110 business boosting strategies in it. 110. By all means, if you like the content of this webinar, this video, hit that like button. By all means, subscribe. That's very important. Subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. Okay, do that. It shows you're doing right. If you don't get to 5,000 by the end of this year, this show has had it. And don't forget, download the Vox Markets app. It's free. We deliver more RNSs than any other company. Okay, straight to the front screen of your smartphone. It's free. Just go to voxmarkets.co.uk/app. Okay, let me share something with you here, okay? The title here is, Will Today Be a Big Day for the UK Economy? Autumn said, Jeremy Hunt, this is from City AM, by the way, is to get Britain growing again with 110 pro-business measures. 110! It's a bit much, isn't it? Some of those got to be quite trivial, haven't they? 110? You don't need more than 5 or 10. You don't need 110. What are some of those? You don't have to wear a name badge on Fridays. You can have a coffee break at 11 a.m. Some of them got to be very trivial. Just focus on the priorities, Jeremy. 110. That's going to be a long statement. So anyway, I'm going to cut this by past. We'll be off because Jeremy's on at 12:30, right after me. I'm his warm-up man. But they say they're going to boost investment by £20 billion a year. Full expensing allows firms to deduct spend on new technology and equipment from taxable profits. But hang on a second, what if you're a startup and you're not profitable yet? Come on, Jeremy. Out of 110 points, you missed that one. You know, new businesses do not start profitable. Check out AIM. There's plenty on there that never made a profit, hanging around for 10, 20 years, still digging dirt in Africa somewhere. Okay. Other policy measures which may have an airing include, we mentioned this yesterday, actually. This is a big one. This is a big one for the UK stock market, I believe. But pension funds incentivized to invest in fast-growing British companies rather than bond market. Oh, the bond market, yeah. That would be huge, actually. Honestly, just a small amount of that pension money going to small cap stocks listed or non-listed would be huge for the economy. And of course, it makes sense to invest in business. What businesses do, they employ people. They get a wage, they spend in the economy. People tend to spend more when they have a job. And then prices go up, we get inflation. And then the central bank bring interest rates up and try to quash it a bit. But I think it could be a big day. Hopefully, it does well here. Then you have Labour coming on saying, oh, we didn't do this, didn't do that. But I think it could be a big day. Hopefully, this is one of the most positive things this government will achieve. I'm hoping. What would you like to see? What would you like to see, personally? If you run a business, or if you're an investor, which hopefully you are watching this. If you're not, it's a strange watch. But what would you like to see? Okay, let's have a couple of comments. By all means, comment, join in. Join in the fun, everyone. Get involved in life. Just make a comment. If you haven't done it before, comment right now, okay? Greg, I bought some Ilika yesterday. Why? Design freeze on Goliath. Their solid-state battery is an event horizon moment for me. It works, battery is finished, uncertainty gone. Customers can now trial it. Well, it's certainly rising. It's on the chart. In fact, the first chart I'm going to look at is gold. Real gold, not digital gold like Bitcoin. A bit of trouble in the Bitcoin markets. It's over $2,000. And it dipped down there for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Why would gold dip like that? Crazy. But the dollar's getting weaker, and gold seems to be strengthening here. Like I said, previous highs, closing highs, pretty much 2050. It's not far off that. I think about getting the gold. Ilika, we did discuss that yesterday and the day before, actually. Gregory, and it has a nice rise there. No, I do like what they're doing. Like I said, they are literally over the road from me. And when I walk the dog, I often pass them. And I wave to them. Who's that strange man waving at us? Because I did used to hold some stock here, but to me, I think it's a cracking product by the looks of it. But I just want to see where they've got enough. How much cash they got actually? By the way, worth checking out. They got a lot of cash in there because, of course, it's very capital intensive what they're doing. A lot of R&D. That's the kind of company that needs funds. From Jeremy's budget. It's not a budget; it's an open statement. But that's the kind of company. They're not profitable. But if you are creating, cutting-edge solid-state batteries, you need funding. That's all it needs. It's obviously a very good product, I say obviously, I'm just guessing. But that's the kind of company that needs help. So scale grant funding for, how much they got there? They got 400 grand for that from the UK Battery Industrialization Centre. What else have they got there? Let's have a scroll down. Quick final results. What do they have cash-wise? I think they had a decent amount of cash, didn't they? Cash of 15.9. Okay, yeah. So they got a decent amount of cash there. But will it get them to profitability? I don't know. So that's the one thing you look for when in loss-making companies. Will it get them the cash they have, that run rate, or they need to raise again? In fact, I'm not going to mention it, but the company today that I quite like, the share price is falling quickly for some reason. I don't know why. The volume's up massively. Sometimes it's a precursor. No, I don't want to spread rumors. Sometimes it's a precursor to a fundraise. You can't say it for sure. Could be just a seller in the market. But yeah, it's very important in these markets. For raising money is hard work. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the indices. FTSE 100 down. Everything else up. It's down a smidge, 0.08%. Sage Group, very good results today. We'll have a scan over those. JD Fashion, that Sage is the biggest riser, up 14%. That's big for a 10 billion, 11 billion pound company. And in fact, one of their clients is Trufin. That just shows you, cutting edge, best in technology that Trufin has. 250, biggest riser, FTSE 250. That is maybe a reflection of the autumn statement. Because, of course, the FTSE 250 is largely domestic companies, quite large, but the FTSE 100 is more international. So maybe those companies there with the rumour of a great British ISA, where you get extra allowance for investing in British companies. If that happens, that'd be good as well. The pension money and that'd be very good. And the AIM all share up a smidge. What's the fall today on FTSE? Kingfisher's down, HSBC, Rentokil, Shell, Barclays, BP. Okay. Yes, okay. And in fact, if you've made any recent investments, let us know on the chat there. On the chat, let us know what have you invested in. Let me know, and maybe we'll go. Justin, interested in what you hear. Interested, this is Michael. Justin, interested to hear what the charts are telling about what the charts telling. What do the charts say? That's what people think about charts. When in actual fact, it's money flow. Doesn't get more real than that. But some people think it's like, Fugazi and what do the charts say? Let me look at the charts. Let me just go over to the chart of Capita. Let me just look. Capita. What's the ticker for Capita? Capita. What's this? Am I spelling that right? What's the ticker there for Capita? Why don't I see it anywhere? It's not on the chart. The charts say nothing. So I don't know. Let me know. What is it? I don't know what the ticker is for Capita. Let me get a Vox and see if I can pick it up on that first. Capita. CPI. Okay, there we are. See, always rely on Vox there. CPI. Capita. There we are. Oh, there we are. Well, what you want to look for straight away, okay, is essentially with 3 states of a chart. We all know this now, okay? Is it in a downtrend, in a range, in an uptrend? And this is none. No. So I would say here, it's making a nice break, isn't it? If you go back, it's all-time low, isn't it? And it's tending to have a little rally. Is it a technical bounce from an oversold position? Maybe. I wouldn't say the downtrend may have ended. It's in between here, but I would say that maybe that's the bottom. But it's hard to say yet. But sometimes when it breaks the 50-day moving average there, and it gets above a previous high, which maybe is that 18 pence, then it's a good start. So maybe the downtrend has ended. It may have to go into a range after initial bounce, but as yet it's hard to say. So I'd say rangy, but it's not an uptrend yet. But there we are. So maybe there are 4 states of a chart. There's in-betweens, of course. There's transitions between those 3 as well. So maybe there are 5 states of a chart, or 6. Who knows? Okay, let me just go to the front page of Vox. See what's up there. News-wise, I've just talked to Neil Herbert, Atlantic Lithium, and also Victor did a piece on it. But you never realise how much work, and that's what struck me, how much work actually goes into building a mine. It's phenomenal, even before you get anywhere near it, you know. And these are some of the highlights. They are advancing multiple work streams here. And you see the highlights here, phenomenal. Just what they have to do to get a mine up and running, you know. Most people just focus on the resource and the financing. There's so much more that goes into it than that. But of course, once mines are up and running, can be massively profitable, especially if you're a low-cost producer, which they are. And I think they're all in costs. It's around about $500 less than that. And current lithium price, $1,700. There are many, many lithium players out there way above that, all in sustaining costs they're at. And that's key if there's softness in the lithium price, of course, which it has been recently, because they've still got massive margins, but they can be hugely profitable. Let's look at the chart of Atlantic. Is it bouncing here? They can't do much more, but it just shows you the state of the markets, I suppose. That, you know, resource companies have been hit massively, but when the markets turn, resource companies are really aggressive on the bounce. So I would advise, you know, just for diversification, researching some, you know, well-run resource companies, because when the commodities start rallying, they're sort of double leveraged against that. That's looking all right. Look at that; it's trying to beat that 2-day moving average. May do it there. That's looking quite good there. Yeah. Oh, recent high on trading. Look at that. Recent high on, that's an alert that I got from trading on Taylor Wimpey. Oh, I say. Something for the house builders, maybe. So Atlantic Lithium. There's also, in fact, TENG Lifestyle Group. I did do my spreadsheet on that, so I pumped all the figures in for people saying, "Oh, you only look at charts." Okay. Every now and again, I'll put the figures into my spreadsheet. This is my spreadsheet. This is 31. So TENG Lifestyle. John has talked about them a while back, and John's not here. He's helping write Jeremy's speech. The personalized, trusted service. It's quite interesting what they're doing here. It's a global concierge platform, the world's wealthy and mass affluent, but the figures are good. So essentially, if you want things like sports tickets, all that stuff bought for you, you know, they do that. And you realize in downturns, the ultra wealthy don't really get hit. You know, they may buy one less Lambo a year and bring it down. Let's not buy. If you cut back there, yeah, let's not buy 5 Lambos this year. Yeah, let's just buy the 4. So that kind of thing. But they don't really get hit. You know. Anyway, so preliminary results, and they are in fact, let's look at the results here. 88 million market cap, enterprise value 85. Of course, that means they've got more cash than debt. Net asset value 15 million there, and the volume a little bit low. Well, 52 grand a day, pretty much roughly. Revenue 66 million, operating profit 1.7, cash of 8.2, a little bit of debt, operating cash flow. Good cash generation, 10.7. Free cash flow, 2.9. Growth, top marks on every single box. Growth. That means above 20% on every single thing. Value-wise, okay, 1.3 sales, not too bad. Price to earnings, 20. But they've just gone from a loss, basically, to now making a profit. So I assume those margins will expand and get better. EBITDA is what to look at, really, on a younger company. Looks good at 9. Healthy company. So, net cash 3.6, gross margin 91%, operating margin a little bit lower, but I assume that will fatten out. And the chart is looking good, momentum is good. Forecasts aren't huge, but who knows? That could grow. Let's look at the quick chart for TENG Group, TENG. Yeah, look at that. You see there, straight away, you've got a range, and it's trying to break above that. It needs to get out that range. It had a good rise from the lows in November last year, from literally 45 pence up to £1. So it's doubled. and you can expect a bit of congestion, a bit of profit taking, and then it goes into in a trading range for a while. But it's looking good. I mean, they've gone from now making a loss to profit, which is quite good. TENG Lifestyle Group, TENG is ticker there. Okay. If you want to do some research. Let's look at the most read then. Most read is Atlantic Lithium. Second is CleanTech Lithium. And they've raised a decent chunk of money, but it's down a bit, of course, in this market. 8 million, I think it was, £8 million to advance their DLE, direct lithium extraction. And I quite like here, directors are taking part. Steve Kessler is going for 81 grand. Gordon Steen, 25 grand. The top buyer there is Tommy McKeith. Aye, say, put me down for 100k. 100k he's gone for. Jonathan's gone for 25. So it's nice to see the directors taking part there. Decent chunks of money there. That's nice. Where is CTL on the chart? CTL. Yeah, it's a bit of a low there, isn't it? But now they've got money, cash. There'll be a bit of churn, I expect. But, if you're researching companies, I would advise, especially loss-making pre-revenue companies, sometimes sit and wait. Because, sooner or later, they may need to raise money, unless it's, going to get into that profitability level. And then, a week or so after they've raised, the churn sort of disappears, and you could see a nice rally. I'm generalizing, of course. Wishbone, option to acquire 100% of lithium and gold project in Australia. Drill results from Conroy. Obviously, not that impressed in the market's not impressed by that. Down 10%. Greenroc, a placing to raise 460 grand. See, it's difficult, a small thing. Sigmaroc, someone mentioned this to me. It was rich, yeah. They've done an acquisition. I've lost the story. A while back, this was quite hot, wasn't it, this? But they acquired, this is deal one of targets. They've acquired non-core assets from CRH, which is, of course, famous for, I think it's moving to New York Stock Exchange, isn't it? But they are Lime and Limestone Group and acquiring all these sort of subsidiaries from CRH here. How much are they paying for it? The total consideration payable by Sigmaroc for deal one targets, only 745 million. So it's a big chunk there. But it's unusual to see. I mean, there's a lot of people following this. Sigmaroc, SRC is ticker. Let's look at the chart. If you know anything about Sigmaroc, let me know. I'm not that over the story. But it's had a bit of a roller coaster ride from 2014. Look at that. Almost like an inverted V there. Let's get the 50-day off. But it's come down. You see there pretty much, very range bound. But in fact, a great looking chart is Sage today. If you look at Sage, their results are out. They're not cheap, but you can see there, that is an uptrend and powering away. And uptrends, that can happen. It could be an uptrend and still power higher, because that's the reason why it's an uptrend, is because results are good. And if you look at Sage's results today, I mean, I think they're about 30 times PEs. They're not cheap. 11 billion market cap. But share buyback as well. They've tracked down on top of the old, a decent set of results, and then a share buyback. It's double good news for Sage today. So, they've gone like, only changed revenue 11%. So it's double digits for a big company. Apart from operating profit, which is down a smidge, minus 14. So, but I assume that buyback there, which is what, 350 million, I think it was? 350 million worth of buybacks. It's going to lift the stock a little bit. So there we are. Okay. SGE, excellent results today. They have come through a transition to a cloud software as a service business, now with high quality recurring revenue, evident pricing, growing operating margin and growth. SGE. Oh, Sage. So yes, that was Sage. yeah. Sorry, you're right. Looking very good there. Riffsoft says that was 2MAX2. 2MAX2 come through. Big day for UK, in my opinion. Autumn statement. If only only if they screw up. I'm not hopeful, because now it's probably more about winning votes than anything else. Yeah, I know. And that's the trouble. Scoring political points, trying to win votes. Not about that. They've got to play the longer game. That's the trouble. Election every 4 years. It's a short game, isn't it? Play. Got to play a long game. Genuinely help, Britain become a more prosperous place for everyone. That's what we need to think of over the next 10, 20 years, not into the next vote cycle. Ilika is a British company. I know, they're over the road from me. And I live in Britain. I know that. Literally, they are literally, 3-minute walk from me. Steve Lewis, I sold Invinity earlier this year. Could be buying opportunity down 13%. Fundamentals don't seem to have changed. I do like the potential at Invinity Energy Systems. Why are they down today? I have no idea. But if you look at the broker notes, huge potential upside. But they do say they're going to probably do one more fundraise. Again, these vanadium batteries, grid storage, industrial storage, not to a lithium ion. They have, a shelf life, a capacity life of what, 10, 30, 20, 30 years, which matches wind farms, all that stuff. More stable, more safer than lithium ion. And I think with their new sort of development, it's even, I think, on average, over the duration of the cycle, they come in more affordable, more cheaper than lithium ion. But yeah, I don't know why they're down today. That's a big drop there, and it's been falling off a cliff for a little bit. So I don't know. But I think, again, companies like that, you can, in a bear market, you can afford to wait, But I do like what they're doing, Infinity Energy Systems. Riversoft, I agree about Ilika and others needing funds for that kind of stock. IPO is like birth, and it's followed by a shortage of mother's milk. Oh, I like that. A shortage of mother's milk. Steve's bought AssetCo and Silver Bullet. I think both have potential to double. Are you kidding? Silver Bullet has potential to do 10 bags. That's me ramming my own stock. I believe it. I genuinely believe it. There are very few opportunities like that on the market. If you actually look and do deep research on it, and AssetCo is as well is very good. Yeah. But in trouble with a silver bullet, it's very liquid. You get someone selling a couple of £100, it drops a little bit. It's like, in fact, it's a good energy day. Good energy shot up in the last few days. And a few profit takers today. Don't let it worry you, because once there's short-term profit takers dry up, it'll go up again. And people who are buying at the top, probably selling now, they'll buy back up at a higher value. It's like, don't make no sense. Stephen Dash, Justin, are you not tempted to Polarean at its expense? No, because we know exactly what we've been talking about. The cash, the technology seems amazing, but they've said for a long time, and it's for many things, cash, they're in a downtrend, and until the funding is clear, they've got a runway here, then I wouldn't touch it, because in this market, it's so hard to raise money. It's risk averse, and that's the biggest risk to any loss-making company is not having cash. And so once you remove that risk, and then the hope high potential story can play out. But until they clear that up cash, that hope high potential story can't take place. The cash worry supersedes that. If they raise cash, then it could fly. But until that time, I wouldn't touch it, to be honest. What else is on the front page here? Let's have a look at Greenroc, Corsell, Duke Royalty, CPX. I don't get the valuation of this company. So, holdings in company. Is someone buying this? David and Monica. I've seen them about. They're going down. David and Monica. But the trading update is like they said preliminary October sales was $400,000. They said October is typically one of the highest revenue months. Okay, so I don't understand the valuation here. So $4 million, $3 million. Well, maybe it's not that overvalued now. If they're doing that, what was their results for the year? Let's have a look. Product sales and total revenue down 35% last year. Okay, what are they? Why didn't you show us what it is? Adjusted EBITDA loss of 1.3. Cash reserves 2.6. Do you know what? These don't hide things. 3.6. Okay, 2 sales. I mean, it's not that bad. They are still losing quite a bit of cash there. Loss before income tax 5.5. Which, you know, so it's worrying this market when you're burning a lot of cash because you have to get access to cash. Quadrise, I keep getting spammed by this guy he says he's the chairman of Wildcat on LinkedIn. He keeps sending me just videos and interviews. Not interested. QED, Quadrise. I remember this from 10 years ago. I remember reading about this in the Investors Chronicle. I told John this about 10 years ago about the potential there. I nearly jumped in. Of course, I've got a lot more experience now. But they're still saying things are advancing. You think, what? Still? But it does seem good news. Successful completion of an industrial demonstration test. I have no idea how much cash they got or money they've got. But of course, they're let me just scroll final results. Where's that? Loss 3.1, of course, cash of 1.3. There we are. So there we are. Right, okay. So it's rising. They may need to raise money there. See, one of the biggest rise of Sage. Wow, 14%. I tried to read Tremor International. I don't know who writes these RNSs, but make it readable, please. It's just like, what? I honestly thought he was speaking a different language. I mean, even to newbies, people who want to learn to invest or learn about companies, this doesn't help, I've been investing for a long time. I've been reading that and made head no tail of it. Anyway, sorry about that, Winch. Fallers, a lot of profit warnings. Pebble Group, a profit warning. Plant Healthcare got one. Grok raised money. Parity Group going to be an AIM cash shell. They sold off their business parts. Another profit warning by Victoria, specialist flooring company. Invinity is down for some reason, who knows? And CleanTech Lithium done a placing. So I'm going to knock off. So we'll go through some comments because I don't want to miss. It's a big day for Jeremy Hunt. Helios underwriting. Hugh, good pipeline of profits in the system due to Lloyd's 3-year cycle accounting. Very hard market and motivated seller. OD dumping stock. Well, I'll look into that tomorrow, Paddy. A little info about 10 Lifestyle. They sell to companies that want to pass on perks rather than sell directly to rich people. Okay, thank you very much. I'm long 10G and quite hopeful. Yeah, well, it's very excellent improvement. In the financial state. Looks like it's off for the airlines, maybe short term because of Israeli temporary ceasefire. Okay, airlines, yes. IES, great order book, but funds need to be rolled out. Units, just yeah, exactly. How is RKW so undervalued? I don't know. I'll have to look at these. There's practically very current net assets alone and disregards the other 40 million non-current assets. Thanks, pounds for votes. Over to Jezza. Yeah, over to Jezza. Let's go to that. And apart from news, the only news around today is that the main guy from Binance, the biggest crypto firm in the UK, in the world, is committing fraud. It could go the way of FX as Sam Bankman-Fried. But anyway, that's it for the day. Let's get on to Jeremy Hunt. Let's pass over to him. In fact, what's RKW? Let's check it quickly. RKW, Rockwood Strategic. Okay, we'll look into this. When John gets back, I'm sure he's coming back. We'll look into some funds and some asset managers because I do think they're a good play. But for now, think about it. Was there any other sort of Sam? Any other bit of macro news? Sam Altman has been rehired by OpenAI. How did that call go? Sam, hi, is the board here? Yeah. You know that thing we said on Friday? Yeah. No, we didn't mean this. No, not sacked. No. A long weekend. Yeah. Do you mind? Are you coming back in? Yeah. Please do. Otherwise, the rest of the workforce is going to sack us. Yeah. Come back in. And Binance CEO, of course, I just mentioned that. Pleads guilty to criminal charges, steps down. That could be a big, massive knock for crypto. It's the biggest crypto exchange in the world. So there we go. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and download the Vox Markets app. Thank you very much. It's a short one today. So I want to check out Jeremy, who's going to boost the UK economy by £20 billion. Cheers. Speak soon. Bye.